Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this Thursday night. Well, it's week number 5 in the Tundra Super Sim Series, and it takes us out to South Boston Speedway for the LokoToko Designs 150. And I tell you what, folks, the first 4 races have been amazing, and tonight we'll continue that tradition as we are at a wonderful track for some great racing this evening. Taking a look out on your screen here at South Boston, this is close to a 4/10 of a mile track, 66 degrees in the air, 64% humidity, clear skies, and a matching track temperature to the air with 66 degrees. It will be a great night, and as anticipated last week when we talked with Matt Rolfe, the dynamic track is definitely going to make things a little bit interesting here. Some drivers definitely early on starting to see how this track can change. And from qualifying, it will carry over a little bit of the rubber on the track. So we'll see what happens here tonight when these drivers start to go racing 150 laps. Coming into week number 5 atop of the series points is Joe Schaefer Jr. with 395 points. Just about, I'd say he's got about a 24, 25 point lead over Adam Benefield back in second with 371. Samuel Roush in third, David Krikorian in fourth. So, Schaefer Jr. Krikorian, the only two winners in the top 10 in points, has a victory this season. Bill Martin rounds out your top 5. Ty Spearman, Nick Zonner, Matt Rolfe, Jason K. Miller, and Matthew Eddy rounding out the top 10 in points, again coming into week number 5. If you tuned in last night, we were at Five Flags Speedway for the HeidsPride.com non-winners race, Road to the Fall Brawl. And it was Trevor Edwards squeaking a win away from Landon Siaka, and tough break there for the 21 of Siaka as he came in second last week to Jimmy Mullis, and Jimmy Mullis reaping the reward of victory lane last week. Unfortunately, this week, though, by league rule, will be starting in 10th position. 30 cars will be on the field here tonight, a 9-car invert. And it was Colin Allman who scored the pole, so he will start 9th here tonight. And last week's winner, Jimmy Mullis, will be right behind him. Talking a little bit about sponsorship here out on your screen for the Tundra Super Sim Series. Tundra Super Late Models League is your title sponsor for this series. Midwest Power Source also coming on board this season. HeidsPride.com, Callaway Investments, DonutsDesigns.com, LokoToko Designs, your sponsor here tonight at South Boston. The Car Show, Area 52 Designs, JVM Racing, Down East Chassis Works, and The Posse are your sponsors, partners for this Thursday night series. And again, tonight is the LokoToko Designs 150. Going to look to bring in Matt Rolfe here now to get a little bit of information here, as Matt loves to give us some insider information on these guys and kind of sets our expectation for the night, and that's why I always love to bring him in. And Matt, tell you what, here we are at South Boston Speedway. This 3 to 4/10 mile track definitely is going to put up some racing here tonight, especially with these cooler temperatures.
Yeah, the field is pretty stacked here tonight. The entire 30-car field is separated by about 3/10 or so. So lap times are all pretty close, and here at South Boston, the last couple of seasons, it's become harder and harder to pass as guys figure out the outside lane. It makes the inside lane a little tight down there and hard to get a run. So you'll see a lot of side-by-side action tonight for sure, as these guys are running pretty similar lap times. So hopefully that equals good racing tonight.
And one thing we notice, especially with turns 1 and 2, they got a little bit of apron room there before the walls. Do you expect to see anybody using that apron down there?
Yeah, I think you'll see a little bit down there. As the preferred bottom line goes away a little bit, the grip goes down, guys will start searching some. So you'll see probably a majority of the cars move up and run the second groove or even 2.5 grooves up there. But you'll have a couple guys that will clip the apron just to help their car turn a little bit, get them through the center, and that might help them as well. So I think you'll see a couple different lines for sure.
One of the major changes that iRacing has done in the 2017 year is implement their dynamic track changes. And with the way the cars run on the track, the temperature changes, which also changes how you want to run your car, because the tires have a different reaction to the track. They get loose or depending upon where they're running, and the rubber lays down, also makes it a different track condition. And what do you think, from being a racer's perspective, what does that do to your setup, and how do you react to that? Because if you set up saying that, you know, I'm planning to run the low groove, got a short run set up, I'm going to run the low groove here tonight, all of a sudden that goes away and you find yourself in the higher groove. How big of an adjustment do you have to make to remain competitive in a race?
It's a pretty big adjustment during the middle of the race. As guys are testing, I'm assuming most people just run the bottom, kind of get their cars where they like it, you know, try to get it as neutral as possible, not too loose, not too tight. Because it's hard to test for how much the track changes. When you're running by yourself in a test session, it's going to change a lot less than it would if there's 30 cars out here like tonight. So it's kind of hard to plan for that. Some guys kind of know what the tracks will do, so they're getting the hang of it for sure. But sometimes the track is really loose, sometimes it gets really tight, and it kind of depends on your setup and how you have it set up before the race. So the biggest adjustment you'll see during the middle of the race is just changing lines, trying to find a different groove that suits your style. Some guys might even stay in the preferred groove all night because that's where they've set their car up for. But if you're struggling at all, that's when you're going to start looking around and seeing what else is out there for you.
I'll tell you one thing we haven't seen this season is somebody who starts on the pole. We saw it a few times last season where somebody who starts on the pole gets a big, heavy invert, like 9 cars deep, and they're able to come back through the field. It's been really tough to see this year. Some of the guys try to make it back through the field, and tonight Colin Allman with that 9-car invert starts in 9th position. What is your thoughts here, especially as tough as it is to pass here at South Boston?
Yeah, I mean, that invert, I love it because it makes people have to pass up front. We used to have some races where guys would start on the pole and they'd lead every lap and win the race, and that's kind of no fun to watch as far as I'm concerned. So I like doing the invert. It makes it tougher for those guys. But if you're fast in qualifying, you have a fast race setup, you can definitely make your way back up to the front. Just got to do a little bit of work to get there. But as we've talked about, this field gets tougher and tougher every week. So it's also become harder and harder to take that invert and work your way back up through. It makes it a little bit, not as easy to pass some of these guys. So I think, some of those guys get inverted back will probably make their way forward for sure. And then you might even have a couple guys outside the top 10 that might not have the best qualifying setup, but they might work their way up front as well.
Well, definitely looking forward to some great racing here tonight at South Boston. Tonight's race being sponsored by LokoToko Designs, 150 laps on the docket. Matt, look forward to getting your thoughts after tonight's race.
All right, thanks.
There you have it, folks. Matt Rolfe coming in to talk a little bit about the race as we're getting close now to go racing. Race control will be calling in the drivers any moment now. We can go down to the grid and get you your starting lineup. But again, appreciate you tuning in this wonderful Thursday night. If you'd like to know more about the Sim Auto Racing Association, you can find them on the web at racesara.com. And as always, they have links to all their sponsors and partners out there as well. Just a few more moments here, and we'll be set to go down, and definitely looking to see some drama unfold here tonight. Make sure, folks, you watch this one to the end, because I tell you what, that is where the drama unfolds. And it looks like they are now starting to call them in, so let's go down and get you tonight's starting lineup here at South Boston. As we pull up the grid, last night's winner out, 5 flags. Trevor Edwards will be starting in the pole position here tonight. David Krikorian, number 4 in the series points, will be to the outside of that first row. Matt Rolfe, your series points leader in that second row. Joe Schaefer Jr. will start 4th. Rounding out your top 5, Ty Spearman will see Austin Jones to the outside in that 4th row. Tim Bills, Colin Allman, your fast man here tonight, will start 8th. Krybeck and Mullis, last week's winner, will round out your top 10 in row number 5. Looking on back, Kyle Souza, Bill Martin, Adam Benefield, Jared Duda, Samuel Rouse, Jason Miller, Matthew Eddy, Garrett Stogbauer, Jackson Lewis making a debut here tonight, Michael Ostik as well making it. So new faces here tonight. And 21st, Christopher Allcares, Ben Nile, Alan Pajari, Derek Robinson, Ian Lane, Mason Dunn, Brian Helm, Michael Baxter, Justin Warner, and Russell Berry. Your 30-car field, and ladies and gentlemen, they are ready to go racing. It's coming to 1 to go this time by. We'll be here ready to go racing for 150 laps here at South Boston Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of iRacing.com, the Sim Auto Racing Association, Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, the Tundra Super Sim Series, and LokoToko Designs, I am Dustin Caldwell, and we're ready to go racing here in South Boston. Trevor Edwards, David Krikorian to bring us to the initial green flag. Here we go. Pace cars in. Green flag flies. We're underway. Tonight's camera is brought to you by Ryan Eckstein of Eckstein Cameras. Got to give him a special shout out tonight. As we take a look, Trevor Edwards leads the herd into lap number 3, carrying about a quarter-second lead through turns 1 and 2. Krikorian trying to close the gap. Matt Rolfe back in third. And he's got Joe Schaefer Jr., the series points leader, right there behind him in fourth. Ty Spearman rounding out the top 5. Tim Bills has got a good battle going on here as he's battling with Colin Ullman and Jimmy Mullis as well. And the number 40 of Mullis to the outside, right behind the 67 of Colin Ullman. Nice 3-car battle back here around 6th position. Austin Jones just ahead of him up in 6th. Mullis has found something on the outside, as now he's going to try to go to the outside of Ullman. Ty Spearman to the outside groove, slowing up the 40. Austin Jones to the inside, right behind him is Ullman. And these cars are battling at it. Edwards still carrying his 4/10 of a second lead over Krikorian. Rolfe about 1.2 seconds behind the race leader. And still some battles. Here comes Bill Martin. Martin looking to the inside. Mullis held up by Ty Spearman. Frustration setting in, and out comes the first caution flag into lap number 9. And a big pile up in the backstretch. A lot of frustrated drivers. We're going to follow the 29 of Brian Helm through this one. So we'll follow Brian Helm as he's going to get caught up in this one. Here he is going into turns 1 and 2, right in front of him. And oh, what a nasty hit. The 34 of Alan Pajari just went right into the pit road wall. And that created all the chaos that followed. And it looks like about 6 to 8 cars involved in this one. And everybody's trying to get everything worked out here. You see the number 4 of Russell Berry trying to get around, and it's a little bit of you go here, I'll go there. So 8 laps before the first caution flag come out. And there's a few of them down on pit road, Brian Helm being one of them. And again, tonight, we've got Ryan Eckstein Cameras on the house for you, getting us up close and intimate with these super late models as they're doing battle for week number 5 of the Tundra Super Sim Series. Again, tonight's race being sponsored by LokoToko Designs. The last time LokoToko Designs sponsored a race was week number 2 at Stafford Motor Speedway, and they gave away a free paint scheme design to the highest member who was not part of the posse team. And Adam Benefield was the recipient of that one. South Boston and its tough, narrow straightaways. Proven to be a lot so far as the cars are going to get their laps back. Involved in it, Russell Berry being one of them I saw up there. Lights off the base car. It's going to be lap number 14 when we go back green. Edwards and Krikorian up front. Here we go. Pace car will see pit road this time by. There it goes. Edwards on the throttle into the front stretch. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. And Edwards still out front. How about the side-by-side action? Rolf to the inside of Schaefer Jr. Ullman is looking to the outside of Austin Jones. And wow, down comes Schaefer Jr. But how about Colin Ullman? He's looking to the outside, working that outside groove. Really moving through the field here tonight. Colin Ullman now looking to get by Matt Rolfe. Started 8th, halved his way up the field into 4th, and will now settle down in line right behind the series points leader, Joe Schaefer Jr. Bill Martin, another driver, likes to run the outside groove here, battling side by side with Tim Bills here on lap number 18. Martin in his red, white, and blue Car Show 39 will get by the 37 of Tim Bills in his H&H Sign and Supply car. And the cars have settled down from their side-by-side action. Single file now comes out. Everybody working into their grooves, their comfort zones. The question is, will that 67 advance further? Bill Martin now looking to the outside of Austin Jones in a battle for 6th position. Jones on the bumper of Matt Rolfe. And Martin still tracking to the outside. Jones nowhere to go as Rolfe's to the inside. And how about this? Bill Martin's going to get a little bit of contact, gets shuffled back behind the 21 of Jones. As we jump back up front, Trevor Edwards now looks to get 22 laps led as he heads into lap 23. He's led them all from the start, carrying that 4/10 of a second lead over David Krikorian. And again, Krikorian currently running 4th in the series points, has a victory this season. One back at the Bull Ring in Las Vegas in week number 3 as I slowly lose my voice there. Tim Bills now looks to the outside of Austin Jones. Here comes Ty Spearman, side by side, and a little bit of a pinch. Austin Jones got a little bit loose, felt the effect of the 92 to the high side. Kyle Souza says, I'm going to try it now, as he looks to the outside. Just as Matt Rolfe predicted here tonight, everybody in that middle groove looking faster, and now up comes Jones. He's going to take a shot at it. Going to jump back here into 14th position as Adam Benefiel right there behind the number 53 of Jared Duda, trying to get around him, looking to the inside. Colin Ullman still trying to work down the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. here on lap number 29 as he works his way out of turn number 2 through the backstretch. David Krikorian is just ahead, and Schaefer Jr. looking underneath. He's looking solid, closing that gap on the 66. Here in the next couple laps, we're going to see a side-by-side battle. And Ullman to the outside is going right with him. I think Krikorian went down into the lower groove, started to slow up, realized it, and now Ullman goes right around Joe Schaefer Jr., leaves him in the dust, and moves up into that 3rd position spot, heading into lap 32. And now Schaefer Jr. is really falling off the pace. He's going to have to figure out something as he's staying down in the lower groove, and it's costing him. But Colin Ullman staying up in the middle groove now is working down the 66 Exalta machine just ahead. Edwards still holding his half a second lead. The question is, if Ullman gets right up there on Krikorian, where will he pass? Will he go to the outside? Will he go to the inside? And now Trevor Edwards sees some lap traffic ahead. The number 29 of Brian Helm. Edwards goes down low. This is going to get interesting. Can Krikorian get around him and save base. He does underneath. Brian Helm swings wide. And Allman will get by. Schaefer Jr. has to duck low in the front stretch. And now some spacing here between the cars as they head towards lap number 37. Tim Bills and Bill Martin trying to get by some lap traffic. Bill Martin's going to take a shot and take a run at Matt Rolfe. He's looking for that 5th spot. And as always, I like to point out my Omen numbers. 5th running 5, or 5 running 5th, and we've got a big pile up. Tim Bills involved in this one. And Adam Benefield as well. Michael Baxter there getting a shot as Tim Bills trying to get down on pit road to get some repair work done. Let's go back and take a look. Following the 37 of Tim Bills through this one. Brian Helm up to the high side. And bounced off the wall right into Tim Bills. Tough break there. Spun him out. Adam Benefield's going to collide with him. And that will cause a 2-car pileup and 3 to be waiting right behind. And a frustrating moment for the 37 of Tim Bills. Bills down on pit road, still getting some damage worked out. So 39 laps led for the 32 Glazers machine of Trevor Edwards, last night's winner. At Five Flag Speedway, secured a spot in the Fall Brawl Spectacular coming up next month. Was able to secure that in the non-winners race. And what a feat it would be if he was able to claim victory here tonight in the Tundra Super Sim Series. Here's your top 5. It is Edwards, Krikorian, Allman, Schaefer Jr., and Rolfe. Your race summary. 40 laps complete, now 41 complete. No lead changes, 2 total cautions. And the lights come off the Mustang iRacing pace car as it heads out of turn number 2 into the backstretch. It'll be lap number 43 when we get the green flag. Trevor Edwards, David Krikorian yet again. Keep an eye on the 67 of Allman and the 6 of Schaefer Jr. Pace car off the track. Here we go. On the throttle. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. Edwards jumps out to a 2/10 of a second lead, but Krikorian is right there with him. Some side-by-side action with Matt Rolfe. Schaefer Jr. a little bit slower on the outside. Bill Martin looking to get by. Restarts is where it's at, folks. And Rolfe way off the pace, going to the apron. Martin's looking to get around him. Back up front, Krikorian. Within a quarter car length of the 32. Schaefer Jr. able to settle down and get out to the outside groove where it's been working for him. Martin there. Rolfe stays low. Spearman up to the high side. And it's a good 4-car battle here. Spearman working his way up to Bill Martin. Martin way up high. He's catching that turn 4 momentum. Will stay in front of the number 5 of Matt Rolfe. Spearman is actually going to try something down low. Colin Ullman now up to the high side. What's going to happen here? Good side-by-side battle with Rolfe and Spearman, and they're going to collide in the front stretch. That is going to bring out another caution flag. Wow. Following the number 5 of Matt Rolfe, some good side-by-side battling, but that turn 4 gets tricky. And a little, I'm going to call that one a netcode bump, a little side-by-side bump. And both drivers are going to hit the inside pit road wall. Heavy damage there as smoke flies out of both engines. And Rolfe down on pit road, Spearman as well. Tonight's sponsor, LokoToko Designs. Gotta find out if they're going to give away another paint scheme here to a non-posse driver. The posse is where their lead designer races with. There you see Trevor Edwards. 53 laps led. We're past 1/3 of tonight's race. And a crowd so thin, you don't even see him sitting in the stands. Lights should be off the pace car this time by, and we should be back green on lap number 57. Here we go, yet again. Edwards to the inside of Krikorian. Allman and Schaefer Jr. front 4. They're ready to go at it. Pace car off the track. Here we go. Green flag flies. Edwards carries the lead. Allman looking to get some momentum and be able to get around the 66. Bill Martin out in front of Kyle Souza. Schaefer Jr. to the high side, and another caution flag comes out. Mason Dunn involved in this one. Let's go back and take a look. And wow, a nasty hit, the number 22 of Garrett Stokebauer. Just going to ricochet, and we get a car that rolls. And that one, tough break there. I believe that was number 26 of Michael Ostik. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Go back and get a quick look at that one. 2 cars go around. And Ostik will be stuck up on the wall. Tough break for that driver. Just some bad luck. Coming up next week, we will be all the way out to Irwindale in the Los Angeles Basin. It'll be the T4X Chassis 150 running the half-mile outer track. Or the T4X Chassis and Parts 150, the official name race, week number 6. Couple weeks from tonight, it'll be the HeightsPride.com 150 at the infamous Oxford Plains. One of the shortest tracks on iRacing. It's practically a fishbowl track. And if you've never seen it, folks, that is definitely one you want to put on your schedule. Out on November 2nd. Here we go, ready to get back to the green. It's going to be lap number 64. Trevor Edwards, David Krikorian to take us back there as the pace car will see pit road. There they go, green flags back in the air. And Edwards feeling the pressure now. Tell you somebody else who's feeling pressure is that guy right there. Number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. Drew Krybeck's now looking to the outside of him. Schaefer Jr. back in 7th. And Kyle Souza tracking down. Bill Martin, he was looking to the inside, fell off the pace just a little bit. Not sure if he touched the apron enough to get loose. And a good battle brewing up here up front as David Krikorian looking for opportunity to get around the 32 of Trevor Edwards and give us our first lead change on the night, as now Edwards 68 laps led of this race. Here's a good shot at the high cam. Give me an idea just how this field is working. Everybody now looking a little bit lower than they were at the start of the race. This is the dynamic tracks coming into play. Colin Ullman is finding some momentum here as the green flag stays longer out, and whoa. 97 of Mason Dunn down pit road in a hurry as the lead lap cars were firing by. And seeing some smoke out there, not exactly sure. That's Brian Helm down on pit road and must have blown an engine. And the number 67 of Colin Ullman reaching for what was once there but has changed here in the first half of this race as we're getting close to entering half number 2. And Bill Martin finding some speed here is right on the bumper of Colin Ullman. Caution flag will come out just as we're about to flip the coin on this race. And it looks like Drew Krybeck. Heavy smoke coming out of turn number 3. Right behind him, the number 19 of Samuel Roush. And the Mopar machine will get him loose up into the wall, and wow, that was a heavy hit. And it done a number on his engine as Russell Berry sees it. Oh, and he's going to roll over the wall. Highly unexpected. That event right there. Sometimes you see some things you just don't expect. Mason Dunn's getting a wave around the car, or the pace car, if I could say it right. Let's take a look at your top 5. Edwards, Krikorian, Allman, Martin, and Souza. Race summary. 77 in the books. 0 lead changes, 5 total cautions. This is the LokoToko Designs 150 at South Boston. We're going to step away for a short commercial break. When we come back, more race action coming your way. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to South Boston Speedway. Back under the green, Trevor Edwards, finding it harder and harder as this race progresses. As the race progresses to stay out in front of the field, David Krikorian now looking to the outside, Colin Allman back on the inside, who's got Bill Martin to the outside. Got a good 4-car battle up here for a possible 2 positions. Someone out of this wants the lead, and it looks like now the 66 of David Krikorian is going to take a shot at it. Has some momentum off turn 4. He's going to get there. Not quite. Edwards able to keep just a nose over Krikorian. And this got interesting really quick here. Now heading into lap 87. And yet again, Edwards keeps a nose in front of Krikorian. Allman and Martin just sitting back watching these two go at it. They got front row seats at this 2-car battle for the race lead. And now Krikorian may have stole it. Not quite. Wow. Some photo moments at the line. Edwards holding on to it. He's looking for double eights this time. Will we see it? Who's got it this time? Edwards still holds on to it. I even think the lap counting guy had to look at the transponders, because tell you what, that one was close. And here we go again, but no. Edwards asserting a little dominance there, will jump out back to the race lead. Martin now looking to get around Allman and take over that 3rd position slot. Things are going to get a little bit tight. Allman is losing a little off the pace. Here comes Martin. Martin not ready to commit to the lower groove just yet. Right behind him, the 21 of Austin Jones. Kyle Souza back there in 5th. And now Martin out ahead. He's clearing the 67, able to come down if he wants to. But I think with the speed he's got, he's going to stay right where he is. Colin Allman wanting to get to that outside groove, but Austin Jones is going to deny him that. Jones now gets clear of Allman, moves up into fourth, and Allman seizes the opportunity to get to the outside before Kyle Souza could get to him. And now Bill Martin going to work on David Krikorian for that second position slot. How about Trevor Edwards tonight? Dominant performance. 96 laps led. Comes fresh off a win last night at 5 Flags on a non-winners race, ladies and gentlemen. Mind you, and it's just a testament to what this league produces as far as talent. Lots and lots of drivers in this do not see victory lane, but that does not take away from the level of competition and talent that these drivers have, and just come up short, and whoa! Austin Jones is going to go for a round for a spin. Him and Allman got into it. Jason Miller is going to do a little bit of drive-by there on the 21, and Jones, heavy smoke pouring out the bag. Let's go back and take a look. And we're going to see Allman and Jones get a little side-by-side, possibly quarter panel action there. And a little overcorrection from Jones sends him straight up into the wall. Tough to navigate through something like that, especially in the narrow straightaway in the front stretch. Jones now down on pit road, though. Looks like he's got a flat front left tire. Doing some work there on it. Looked like they were changing some tires. Got to see if the tire change rule is in effect for tonight. I think anything usually over 100 would be in effect. And again, tonight's race sponsored by LokoToko Designs. Some of the great paint schemes you see out there on these cars have been painted by the guys at LokoToko Designs. David Krikorian back in second. Again, mentioned it earlier tonight, the only driver other than the series points leader Joe Schaefer Jr. that has a victory this season. Would like to get another one here tonight and button up right next to the number 6 of Schaefer Jr. But Schaefer Jr., you can't count him out. He's back there in 5th position now behind Kyle Souza. Doing a little bit of tire saving, I'm sure. Lights come off the pace car on lap 104 as we're into the final 50 laps of tonight's race. Pace car will see pit road. There it goes. On the throttle. Green flags back in the air. And a very, very good restart here for Trevor Edwards. Back out over a quarter second of a lead over Krikorian. Kyle Souza up into 3rd. He's going to start to feel some pressure from the 39 of Martin. Schaefer Jr., though, looking to do battle with that 39 car for 4th position. How about Samuel Roush, the 19 car, up into 6th. Roush tonight started 15th position, and that Mopar machine going to work here at South Boston. Just a nice move. 9 position gain. Some good side-by-side racing, and Colin Allman, again, fast qualifier here tonight. Started 8th in the, what was to be a 9-car invert. $110 laps in the lead column there for Trevor Edwards. He makes it the 111 this time by. Just got word, some of the cars out tonight. Garrett Strokebauer, he's bowed out. Jackson Lewis, Brian Helm, Michael Osdek, Adam Benefield, Jimmy Mullis. Last week's winner in New Hampshire is now out of the race. Justin Warner, Derek Robinson have bowed out. Alan Pajari's car still out there running. Pajari about 97 laps down, but he's back out there running, being a trooper. Tim Bills, Matt Rolfe, 2 of the drivers down on pit road. Drew Krybeck as well, as we pan the camera around like a madman. As Trevor Edwards off of turn number 4 comes to the line. 35 laps remain here in week number 5. Can't say it enough. What a bittersweet night this would be for the 32 if he was able to get victory, especially in the close battle he had last night at 5 Flags in a non-winners race. Comes back tonight in a league race and scores a victory. Time will tell. Kyle Souza got passed by the 39 of Bill Martin, now falls back to 4th. And Joe Schaefer Jr. closing the distance on him with Samuel Roush behind him. Pretty much leaves a big gap. Matthew Eddy started on the pole last night at 5 Flags in a non-winners race. Went out and dominated first 15 laps of that race and developed a push. Not sure exactly what happened. Colin Allman now looking to do some side-by-side battling with the 88. And Allman is going to look to move up into 7th and force Eddy down into 8th. And with this track being as small as it is, green flag laps can really tick away pretty quick. Last caution flag coming out on lap 98, ladies and gentlemen. We've had about 24 laps of green flag racing. And at a track like this, you can start to see some spacing now amongst the top 2 and the top 3 drivers. But right here in 4th, Kyle Souza still feeling the pressure of the number 6 behind him. Christopher Allcares and Jared Duda having a good battle here for 11th. Allcares in 11th position. How about Christopher Allcares? Started 21st tonight. He's up 10 positions into 11th. Kind of a hard charger right there. And Jared Duda's going to go to work. A little side-by-side action. Duda looking to the inside. Allcares up, swings wide there through 2. And Allcares with a heavy push up to the wall, and whoa, Duda had to swing out of the way of that car. And how about the number 17, All Cares, running the outside, and he is doing an excellent job staying competitive right there with Duda at the line. These two guys are battling hard as if they were going for the race lead. And I mean, I tell you what, that's competition for you, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't matter what position you're racing for, a true racer's heart would battle like he's battling for the lead no matter where he's at. And now Duda flips the switch here on All Cares, and he's going to try the outside groove for a while as they're closing in on Mason Dunn. Mason Dunn a couple laps down. See what happens here on the lap traffic. As now Duda gets by All Cares. All Cares goes back to 12th. Duda up into 11th. But lap traffic ahead, and whoa, a scary moment going into 3. Mason Dunn goes low to avoid lead lap cars. And All Cares is right back at it. Back up front, Trevor Edwards himself is swimming through a little bit of lap traffic, getting around Ty Spearman. Almost got a second lead over David Krikorian. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it will be a first here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network to see a driver start in the pole position and lead them all in a race. If he wins tonight, he will get that feat as well. I tell you what, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. If Trevor Edwards gets a victory here tonight, I will give him personally a Digital Forge t-shirt of his choice. Out of our store, I will give him one if he's able to give that feat. Caution flag comes out heading into lap 137. Matthew Eddy just a little bit slow. Let's go back and take a look, but I think it was Samuel Roush. We're going to follow the 19 of Roush here behind Schaefer Jr. 3 wide action as Mason Dunn, Ian Lane. Lap traffic and Ian Lane right down in, and Ian Lane's going to roll. I tell you, as many times as we've seen cars roll into turn 3 tonight, wow. That one deserves another look. There Mason Dunn trying to stay out of the way. Kyle Souza split in the 2 lap cars, and Ian Lane just tags off the wall right into Samuel Roush. And right there, like a tumbleweed, he just tumbled on into turn number 3. Next time by, it's going to be 10 laps to go. As the lights come off the pace car, it'll be 9 remaining, ladies and gentlemen. Edwards, Krikorian, Martin, Souza, Ullman, your top 5. No lead changes, 7 total cautions out of the 140 complete. Let's see what happens here tonight. Can Trevor Edwards do it from start to finish? Green flag's back in the air. Out to a quarter-second lead yet again with 8 to go. Trevor Edwards looking for his first league victory this season. Kyle Souza right in front of Bill Martin. Joe Schaefer Jr. right underneath him. It'll be 6 to go at the line. Five laps remaining. Colin Ullman looking to salvage a top 5 finish here tonight. Battling side by side with Joe Schaefer Jr. Finding some late race momentum. Trevor Edwards, 3 laps from victory. David Krikorian, a chance to take it away. The next time by, it's going to be the white flag lap. The intensity builds here at South Boston. Ladies and gentlemen, the white flag is now in the air. One more lap to go. Trevor Edwards, from start to finish, is looking to do it. Week number 5 in the Tundra Super Sim Series. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all him tonight. Trevor Edwards has done it. Takes the checkered flag. And an unbelievable feat. The first of a kind here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Fireworks in the air. Edwards now coming down to do a good burnout. Making his way over to victory lane here at South Boston. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight, Trevor Edwards. What a race. What a dominant performance. Take a look at that laps led at the ticker at the top. 150 laps led tonight. I'm going to pull the results away just real quick, as we'll show you the summary right there. 7 total cautions. 7 restarts this guy had to endure tonight, and his car was on a rail. Going to look to get some driver interviews now. Joining me here, finishing 3rd place tonight, driver of the number 14 machine, Kyle Souza. Kyle, what a job you done here tonight. It was a hard-fought battle these last 10 laps to hold these guys off. A lot of people were coming for you, especially Bill Martin and Joe Schaefer Jr. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I think the heavy hitters of this division definitely up there with me. And I finally found something with this setup with the front end the last couple times I've been running, and I think it showed tonight. I'm really happy with the way I performed.
Yeah, did a great job here tonight, and tell you what, it was definitely a tough night. 7 total cautions. What were the restarts like to be able to be competitive?
Yeah, I mean, you had to be on the top. I fought Bill a lot towards the end of the race there. If he had the top, he was better than me. If I had the top, I was better than him. And then after a couple laps, my car kind of faded. But outside, definitely a good thing here at South Boston. I was kind of surprised with that, too. I figured the bottom would be the place, but it was the top.
Well, a heck of a job done for you here tonight. Congratulations on your third place finish. Do you have any thanks or shout outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, I mean, the last couple of days, my brother's been helping me out a lot with the setup. We found something with the front end, and the people on the car too. Bay State Sewage, Columbus Energies, that support me and watch the race. They're probably watching right now. So I think we had a good night overall, and congrats to Trevor on his win. The battle at the front was pretty good.
Congratulations on your third place finish. We're looking forward to seeing the 14 car out at Irwindale next week.
Yeah, we'll catch you then.
There you have it, folks. Kyle Souza coming in third here tonight. Excellent job out of that 14 car. Be up there and stay off and hold off some of these bigger guys who've been really putting up some good numbers. Joining me now, finishing in the runner-up slot tonight, fourth overall in the series points, David Krikorian joins us. And David, a heck of a night here. Didn't have quite enough. It looked like you were going to give Trevor a run for his money towards the end. He's able to stay out and lead as you guys endured 7 restarts side by side. What was it like battling against the 32?
It was kind of a little nerve-wracking because we were just trying to save our rear tires up until we needed to save them. And that last run, I was like, had a chance of getting him because we were kind of even on the very short run after a restart. He just was barely a little bit faster than me once the tires got more temperature back into them, but I got closer to him and then coming to the wide, I about wrecked off before. I was like, I better just go and accept my fate.
Well, you're able to hold on and get second here tonight. But let me ask you, talking about the dynamic track and how it kind of plays overall in the progression of a race and where you have to run. See a lot of people start out the lower line, being the preferred line, have to kick up, and a lot of speed came from that outside line early on. What was your thoughts and how your adjustments made to be able to stay in that second position slot?
No, you just kind of had to get enough distance and then kind of test the water with a different line to see how it worked. Normally how Soba works, if you get a really, really long one, like maybe like 100 laps, the middle to maybe 2.5 lane will come in, and then for whatever reason it'll just kind of cipher back down to the yellow line. But the middle came in a little bit, but we never really got the long run where it was dominant. But even at that, I think it was at the point good enough to where you could hold somebody off if you needed to.
But you are able to hold everybody off on those restarts, keeping them from pass. I know a few different guys here tonight was really challenging you. Colin Ullman got up there pretty close. Bill Martin at some points. Kyle Souza was trying to get there, and definitely with the cautions here tonight, you guys definitely had a good setup to where you could get out away and kind of give some breathing room. You guys ran into lap traffic there at the end as well, but a heck of a job done here tonight. Next week we go out to Irwindale. What are your thoughts on that race out there? As tonight I believe you're going to pick up some points and possibly move into the slot closest to Joe Schaefer Jr.
Well, I'll use a quote that Joe used a couple weeks ago with the bull ring. I hate this track, and this track hates me for Sobo, and thankfully next week, I don't think it's an off week next week, so thankfully next race we're going on the home track, and we ran well there last season.
Well, definitely looking forward to it, David. Do you have any additional thanks or shout-outs you want to give tonight?
Thanks to Trevor Edwards. He worked on the setup and dialed it in pretty damn good for again this week. And shout out to a couple of our new guys with Jimmy Mollis.
All right. Well, congratulations. We look forward to seeing the 66 Exalta car back in action out at Irwindale next Thursday night.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get an interview with the winner. Joining me here tonight, this guy done it from the green to the checkered, stayed out in front, kept that lead change column all the way at a big goose egg here at South Boston Speedway. The first of its kind, Trevor, that we've seen here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. And for that, I'm rewarding you with a Digital Forge shirt of your choice. But you'll be able to, we'll get that out to you. And heck of a job done. And what a bittersweet time to come out and get a victory after a night last night at Five Flags. You were able to go out and be pretty competitive, not necessarily dominant like tonight, but you were competitive at Five Flags, holding off Siaka to be able to pick up a win in a non-winner's race. Then we come into South Boston here tonight, and you just completely obliterate this field and win this race. What does it mean to you?
It's crazy. I haven't had any good luck this season, and then come out here and lead all the laps. I would have never imagined that was going to happen, but I told you last night the car was going to be really good, and it stuck to it. It was really good.
Yeah, it definitely was on a rail here. 7 restarts, 7 total cautions tonight. Restarts could always be a tricky thing. Looks like you had him down pat. You had David on his heels a few times. What was the key here to be able to stay in front of the field?
Well, me and DK were in the same channel, so I was counting them down for him so we both get good restarts. I'd rather have a teammate behind me than somebody else, but the car was just really good on the short run, but the longer it got, the car like never changed, so I've never had a setup do that, so I guess I'm going to keep using this one. Definitely had the magic setup here at South Boston. Do you have any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give? I thank DK and Tim. They helped on the setup the other night, and we got it really close, and made, I think, one change right before the race is all I changed since, like, Tuesday, so just got to thank them and Glasser's Collision and Wheeling and Dealing. All right. Well, Trevor, amazing job done here tonight. A beautiful, beautiful job done. I'm just speechless for words and questions I want to ask, because the irony of this, we were just talking with Matt Rolfe before the race, and he said he loves to do the 9-car invert because he doesn't want to see a guy come out and lead all the laps and win. And what exactly happens tonight? The guy who got the invert comes out and dominates. Just a heck of a job done. And I'm grinning from ear to ear here, just the performance, and just really proud to see a guy come off of a non-winners race and just do this is just outstanding. So next week we move out of here. We go out to Irwindale. What are your thoughts at the half-mile track out there in California? Yeah, Wheeling and Dealing won their last season. I didn't get to race because I just moved into my new house, but we're going to start with that setup. It was pretty good. They dominated pretty much out there, so start on that and see what we can do next week. I can almost guarantee that I won't lead every lap, though, because I would have never guessed leading every lap and winning. Well, it's a heck of a job done here tonight, Trevor. Congratulations. This night is yours. Heck of an achievement done. We look forward to seeing you back in action out at Irwindale next Thursday night. Thanks, man. Hope to see you next week. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Trevor Edwards, from green to checkered, stays in front of the field, picks up the win in week number 5 of the Tundra Super Sim Series out here at South Boston Speedway. Tonight's race sponsored by LokoToko Designs. Let's go down through your race results. Trevor Edwards, David Krikorian, Kyle Souza, Bill Martin, Joe Schaefer Jr., series points leader, will salvage a top 5 finish. Colin Allman rallies the 67 car back outside the top 10 to get a top 6 finish here. Matthew Eddy up in the top 7 slot now. Jason Miller, Jared Duda, Christopher Allcares, your top 10 as we look on back through the field. It's been Nile, Russell Berry, Michael Baxter, Samuel Roush, Mason Dunn, Ty Spearman, Austin Jones, Ian Lane, Drew Kryback, Jackson Lewis, Garrett Staugbauer, Brian Helm, Michael Osdeek, Alan Pajari, Matt Rolfe, Adam Benefield, Tim Bills, Jimmy Mullis, Justin Warner, and Derek Robinson, your 30-car field this lovely Thursday night. And I tell you, I'm still speechless out of this one. This was just an amazing job done. And, of course, we have to bring in Matt Rolfe now to get the final race thoughts of here. And what I was just telling Trevor about this, Matt. What a night of irony. And I got to come out and quote you at the beginning of this race. The reason for the invert was to make sure that the guys who are getting the pole position are not going to come out and dominate. How about that 9th car coming out and doing exactly that?
Yeah, well, if we're going to start quoting, I also said it's really tough to pass here, and the field is getting closer and closer, so it makes the invert a little bit tougher. But Trevor did what he needed to do. He ran his own race. Krikorian kind of got up next to him a couple times, but that didn't really phase him any. And yeah, it was just tough to pass here. I was knocked out of the race early enough that I got to watch most of it, and I thought DK was going to be able to get him on the outside because the outside carries a lot more momentum up there, but Trevor had to hook up on the bottom. I don't even think he ventured up high too many times, so he got the right setup for tonight because it worked wherever he wanted it, which was good. Yeah, definitely a heck of a job done, and a lot of guys battling here tonight, and some of the guys got some good top 10 finishes. Some of the guys we normally see outside of the top 15 finished in the top 10 tonight. So definitely must be a full moon out there with how everything played out tonight. Some great racing nevertheless taking place here at South Boston. Do you have what would you say your final thoughts are on tonight's race before we head out to Irwindale next week? Well, I guess I'm glad to get out of South Boston after how my race went, but it was a good race up front. We had a couple of cautions here tonight that just took out a couple extra cars, tight racing, and took out some heavy competitors. But next week we'll move on to Irwindale. That track is plenty wide enough to run from the very bottom to the very top. So hopefully we can get a little bit more green flag laps in and have a good race there, because that's one of the tracks we've run pretty well at the last couple of seasons and had some pretty good races at. So ready to move on, I guess.
All right. Well, looking forward to Irwindale week number 6 coming up next week. And that will be one to watch, too. Is, like I said, we talk about drama unfold, Matt, and tonight drama unfolded yet again. And this definitely shakes things up week after week in this series. Makes it one to watch every Thursday night.
Yeah, for sure. We've got 5 different winners in 5 races so far, and I think Joe's got a pretty solid points lead here, but that's why we have drop races too. So those will come back into play later on. We'll see how things stack up there, but definitely first 5 weeks it's been something different every week so far, and it'll probably be the same thing next week too. So yeah, we're ready to get to Irwindale, I guess.
All right, Matt, thanks for joining us for your final thoughts here tonight. We'll see you next week at Irwindale.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
There you have it, folks. Matt Rolfe's final thoughts on tonight's race, week number 5 of the Tundra Super Sim Series out here at South Boston Speedway. And we've had the partners up on the screen. Special thanks to all those guys. We've had that up there for you. But, wow, what a night it was here. The LokoToko Designs 150 at South Boston Speedway. Trevor Edwards coming away with the victory. Able to do it in a dominant fashion, leading all 150 laps. That is going to do it for us this Thursday night, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you tuning into the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, however you got us, whether it was through Twitch TV, YouTube, or Facebook Live. Appreciate your viewership week in and week out. Next week, again, we will be out at Irwindale Speedway running the half-mile outer track, and it will be the T4X Chassis and Parts 150 out there. We look forward to seeing you tune in next Thursday night at 10 p.m. However you got us, we will have an event up on YouTube and also a scheduled event out there on Facebook Live, so make sure you keep an eye open for that, as you'll be in the know when we're going live. But again, that'll do it for us this Thursday night. I'm Dustin Caldwell on behalf of the Sim Auto Racing Association, Tundra Super Late Models, the Tundra Super Sim Series, LokoToko Designs, and the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, saying thanks for watching, folks. Have a good night.